Hello there. I realize it's been quite a while since the last video I posted, and I've been meaning to. It's been a real whirlwind of activity over the past few months. September 29th, my husband and I flew across the country to Delaware to pick up our converted shuttle bus that we were driving back across the country so we could set out on pilgrimage to go around the country offering sound healing and grief support drum rituals. So that set everything into motion, and I intended to document more of it along the way, and we did on Instagram, but I thought I would make more videos about the whole process. But turns out it was just so freaking busy that, I mean, it's just a huge life change, put everything up into storage, get rid of a lot of stuff, just move out of the apartment. Moving's always a big thing anyway, but then moving to into a shuttle bus is a completely different type of moving. Normally you're packing up boxes and you're moving them from one place to the other, and you're just going to unpack the boxes and reorganize a new kitchen. But this is not like that at all. It's just like, what is the bare minimum so we can get that we need, because the space is very limited in that little bus. So what are our prized things? What do we really need? Also the fact that we are doing sound healing, drum ritual. We need all of our instruments, so that takes these drums are a couple of our drums are huge, so that takes up a lot of space and room, and then all the other instruments. So and then our crystals and all the things we use to do our sound healing and energy healing sessions, because that's going to be a big part of what we're doing. So yeah, we had to make room for all of those things and prioritize, and what goes, what stays, and all of my books. I have to have my books, so I had to really go through and pick out what books must I have with me and what can stay behind. So yeah, it's just been it's been an intense process over the past few months. It is today, as I'm speaking on this, December 3rd. So yeah, just finally settling down to share, and really been working through so much. I mean, these kinds of huge life changes really stir it all up, bring so many fears and desires to the surface, and what is important, and getting out of the ruts and the routines, which is a huge part of why we're doing this, to break free from the conditioning and the limited ways of life that we've been handed, by society. What is a successful life? What is a life supposed to look like? And I know a lot of people right now are kind of reevaluating that, and what the COVID really stirred it all up, and I think that was just beautiful. There's a lot of beauty that comes out of this huge pandemic situation. We're all revisiting what's important to us, and or maybe visiting it for the first time, because we've been in such a this go into this certain path that we've been really trained into since day one, really. This is what your life needs to look like. You go to school, you get a job, you get married, you buy a house, you have kids, you do this, you do that, you do this, and that's supposed to bring you happiness. And so many people are finding out, like, actually that didn't really quite work, and it's not working for a lot of people. And times are different, things are different. It's time for a new way. So we are really pushing back on all that. I've never lived my life according to society's structures and guidelines, though I've tried in my own way also. Like, because it is such a conditioned way of being, even when we fight back against the systems, it's really a challenge inside, and there's a lot of questioning and a lot of self-doubt and a lot of like, am I crazy? Is there something wrong with me? So that's been my whole life, pushing back in somewhat unconscious ways, just because I rebelled against the systems, even when it wasn't necessarily always healthy for me to do so. But there was just this baseline I had to, I didn't conform. And parts of me just couldn't, some of it was really disruptive and eruptive, things. I would make these big changes in my life and do these kind of extreme things to push back, but maybe it wasn't always like filled with a lot of wisdom and consciousness. So now as I've grown older, it's a lot more so. It's a lot more let's say tactical. I don't know. lot more thought out and organized, and understanding what I'm pushing back on now, and feeling good about that. And but it's still, despite my confidence in all of it, it still brings up a lot of questioning and a lot of self-doubt, I guess I would say. On one level, I'm so freaking confident about everything I'm doing and following my heart and really just being passionate about my dreams and knowing that I'm worthy of them. And then on the other hand, there's just like, am I crazy? Am I deserving of living the life that I want? Are my dreams too crazy? Am I really deceiving myself? Should I just conform? And I know I can't, I won't, but it doesn't stop the questioning and the doubt from arising. So I guess I kind of wanted to talk about that a little bit today, because I was contemplating, like, I really want to put a video out, and part of what I'm fighting back on too, or not even fighting back, fighting back, I mean, and just consciously analyzing and looking at for myself is, why am I doing certain things? Why do I do what I do? Is it because I have a creative impulse to put something out there and to do, or is it because I need to feel worthy? I need to feel like my existence is worthy by putting out, by doing, by accomplishing, by achieving, by striving forward. What is the motivation behind my actions? And so I had to contemplate that with this video. Is it because I feel like I have to be putting something out there to be worthy of whatever, or is it because I really desire to connect? And there is definitely that. It is a deep desire to connect and to share my process, and to to connect with you. And I think it's exciting and fun to share about my journey and see where it overlaps with your journey, and if any of it might be inspiring to you, or there's a beauty of community, of coming together and sharing with each other, and that's what I'm really interested in. But it can easily be overridden or very polluted by feeling like I have to do this. I have to put out a video every week because so and so is doing this every week. Looking at others, comparing and contrasting myself to others, my productivity level, and am I worthy? Am I good enough? Am I doing enough? I know I've talked about this before in a previous video that was really stirred up by the crowdfunding campaign that we created to support our pilgrimage around the country, and to support our dreams. And am I worthy of being supported, basically, is what it came down to, especially when I'm not living the normal life and doing things in the normal way. I'm not it's always been about work hard. The early bird gets the worm. The more you do, it has to be a struggle. It has to be a challenge. You got to achieve, accomplish, and then you'll get the thing. And then you'll be successful, and then you'll be worthy. You will have done enough to be happy, to be financially successful, to be held in that way, to be supported, to be comfortable in your life, to have the relationship, the love, the appreciation, the support. You have to prove yourself worthy of all of these things, and that looks like a certain prescription that we've been handed of work, do this, that, and the other, and then you'll get there. And right now, a lot of it is about, like, so many people I know are excited about sharing what they've learned. They're excited about sharing their knowledge and their wisdom on their spiritual path, and they're just super stoked about supporting other people in their growth, and they really want to share what they have done to achieve some freedom and ease in their experience from the fear-based society that we live in, the fear-based way of living. And when we are able to move out of that to some degree, we get really excited. A lot of people get excited about sharing it with others. Here's how I got out of some of that unhealthy patterning and behaviors, and I'm really excited to share it with you, because I want you to not be living in the fear-based life either, you know. And so that is beautiful, and there's so many people out there doing that right now, and it's gorgeous to see. But it's also very easy to fall into comparing and contrasting to what they are doing, and um, how they're making it happen for themselves. And that's something that I fall into quite easily, and I've really had to be very conscious of that, because it's, again, kind of, it's still in that trap of, I must achieve, I must strive forward, I must do, I need to have this many people on my email list, I need this many likes, I need, you know, the social media, there's so much beauty around it, but there's also, you know, it's that Western mind-based, I keep saying achieving, but the numbers, you know, the analytical thing, and it's all about more, you know, not necessarily about quality, but about how many likes, and so many of the things are geared towards get more subscribers, get more people, you know, get more, and it's so easy to fall prey to that and get stuck in that. And so I really have to pull back and look at why I'm doing things, and make sure I'm not falling into that and comparing and contrasting myself to these other people that I look up to. You know, there's plenty of people out there that I'm just like, oh my gosh, it is amazing what you're putting out and what you're doing and how much support you're being to the world. And I want that, you know. It's just like, I want to have a big impact on people. That's like a strong desire of mine, but I have to like step back, and what is that, you know? What does it, because then I'll feel worthy, and ultimately, no, I mean, I just want us all to not be in this fear-based way of living. And when I see other people supporting people to move out of that, I get excited, and I want to have that kind of impact on people as well. But I need to just let go of all that. It's not about that, and just be in my own self, in my own energy, and quit the comparing and contrasting, quit the analyzing and the worrying about how I'm doing it, what I'm doing. You know, we all have these beautiful lights inside that we just need to focus on shining them brightly and not comparing them to other people's lights. And I know we get inspired by those lights because they're beautiful, so, but it's important to pull back and stay in our own energy and really go into what works for us. You know, everybody's energy is very different. I have a very different energy. You know, I don't know if you're familiar with human design, but that really helped me to understand that my energy is, I'm a projector, which means my energy needs to be recognized, and I need to be invited. So people need to connect with me, appreciate what I'm doing, and then invite me to share more with them. If I just try to share it with them, or just like go after it in a kind of aggressive way, and just really put it out there and try to create, and in that way, it just isn't met, you know. And so the advertising, the putting it out there, which we're told is how we get successful, it doesn't, that's not how my energy works, and it's just not met that way. So I have to kind of sit back, just do what I do, and, you know, see how it lands, and without like kind of pushing it out there. So I mean, I can put it out there, like I could make videos all day long and share, and that's great, but you know, people have to kind of come to it themselves, you know. So so that is not how our society is set up. That is not how our, you know, entrepreneurship or business is structured. So we, you know, thank goodness I came across this information and learned that about myself, so I could stop, because it gets really frustrating when you're just trying, like, this is working for all these people, what's wrong with me, you know, why isn't this working? I'm following the structure, the guidelines, the plan, you know, and it's just not happening. So, but that's what's important about like astrology, human design, what was that, Myers-Briggs, you know, learning our own energy and how we work, because, you know, we're sitting here maybe comparing and contrasting ourselves to somebody else whose energy is completely different. Of course it's going to work differently for them. We need to learn about our own energy, what's going to work for us, how do we work with our own strengths and weaknesses, you know, how do we like really dive into our strengths, and how do we, you know, not fall prey to our weaknesses. And I don't mean like fall prey, but you know what I mean. If my energy isn't met in that certain way, I need to work with that. I need to appreciate that. I need to understand that and find a different way, and just like not push it, because that just leads to bitterness and frustration, you know, so, and burnout. So those are the kinds of things I've really been working with, just going into my own energy and learning who I am beyond all the conditioning. And that has kind of almost brought me to a standstill in some way. Well, I need to really like clear the palette, clear the decks, and go, okay, so what naturally arises when I'm not motivated by fear, worthiness, achieving, striving forward, not motivated by what I've been told is the successful life, not motivated by what so-and-so is doing, not motivated by what I'm seeing on social media, not motivated by old limiting beliefs on ideas on success and what success is. What is success for me? What is successful for me? What is successful for you? You know, like really go into that. What does that mean beyond what we've been told? And it's really, it's quite interesting. You know, I've been working with these belief systems, these unhealthy belief systems for so long. And this is, you know, really the foundation of my work and the energy healing and the sound healing that I do, and that my husband and I do together. It's getting beyond those limitations and those unhealthy belief systems. The energy work is great for that, because it just kind of, then the sound goes in and just, you know, it clears stuff out. I mean, it doesn't mean we don't have our own work to do and we have to get involved with it in other ways, but it's excellent for just really clearing some stuff out. So, but, you know, as it's a tool, and it's not the only tool, you know, it's part of, in the artillery, I guess is what we say. You know, so it doesn't take it all away, but it really helps you to get down into it and start seeing things a lot more clearly. I think it gives breathing room, you know, because we can be just so stifled by these old things that are just surrounding us. I mean, in our aura, in our energy body, our physical body, our minds, our spirit are so like, you know, laden down with these belief systems and these thought patterns and these constructs, and the just really unhealthy, and the energy work and the sound healing just really kind of helps us to get some breathing room and remove some, so that we can get in there and work with it in a healthier way. So I've been doing that and doing that and doing that, and I know like we have so much more consciousness on the planet right now, and the energies are so supportive of this type of work, and I know because so many of us are doing it, you know, and we can see it so much, and so I'm just able to get in deeper and go deeper, and the choices I've made and I'm making are helping me to go in even more, and the more I let go and let go and let go, the more I'm able to get down underneath it. And sometimes like lately that's just kind of come down to like not doing anything at all, and which is really weird, because that is again not what our society is about. You know, it's do and achieve. And so, you know, like, so just having to work with that. And again, the motivation, why am I putting stuff out there? What am I doing? Is it about conforming? Is it about being worthy, or is it not? And so I'm just I'm seeing what naturally arises, and yeah, I definitely have a strong desire to connect with you all, and to share information, to share what I'm working with. So I'm just going to keep moving from that place and keep going deeper into my heart, moving. And this, I wrote about this, I in a recent blog post, I think like the spiritual journey, or maybe just a line, like it's from the head to the heart, you know, in this day and age. That's really a lot what it's about for us, moving down out of those mental constructs and like moving from a heart-based place, which we don't have a lot of understanding of. So it's quite a journey to start exploring that, and to really get very conscious and very intentional about that. So it's been interesting, and it's exciting to talk about it and share about it here. And I would love to hear more about your journey and what you're working with. Yeah, so we're in a limbo phase right now. My husband and I got set out on our journey and immediately ran into a whole bunch of challenges and setbacks. There's been a lot of stop starts, start and go, and part of it, oh, it went on pause there. Part of what we're working with right now is the engine is not working in our shuttle bus. So that's kind of weird when your home breaks down. It's just like one of the biggest fears we had around this, pilgrimage was, what if our house breaks down? And well, it certainly did. So, now we're working with that, and our house is in the shop. So it is such a strange experience. So, I mean, not ultimately a big deal, really at all. I'm here in my aunt's lovely home that happened to be, luckily we broke down like fairly close to where we started off on our journey. So, I have family resources and, we're not out just lost though. Here at my aunt's house, waiting for our little bus to get fixed up. But why did I start talking about, just being in limbo? So, we had all these plans to get going with this pilgrimage and do these different grief support drum rituals and such, and everything's just been kind of put on hold. So and it's interesting because Mars is in retrograde and there's some other planetary things going on that are just a real slowdown right now. So while there's also a lot of fire energy, which is real creative and go forward. So it's kind of a weird, that's where I'm kind of like, inside is kind of like, well, I don't know, we're in limbo right now, but I also have some creative energy that wants to express and move forward. So yeah, just seeing where it all goes. We are going to have Mercury retrograde coming up here shortly too, and so it's kind of some slowdown energy, and I'm just seeing what transpires in all of that, and really, really excited about continuing to let go of what I think it needs to look like. And I'll talk about that more later. We're at like 22 minutes here, so it seems like a good place to stop. Also, the internet has been strange, so like uploading videos has also been a thing. But so yeah, just all sorts of interesting things with life on the road. And when you set out on an adventure, that's just like completely not the norm. So we're running into all the things and experiencing all the things, and it's actually been really freaking rejuvenating and refreshing and just amazing to get out of the rut and out of the norm and out of the daily routine despite the challenges. I mean, that's kind of why we set out, like, let's just see what happens, because we know what happens when we sit in our little apartment all day, in one place. It's just like, was getting to be pretty mundane, like, let's go live life, let's go follow our dreams, follow our hearts, and see what happens. And yeah, so it's not all like just unicorns and rainbows out here, but it's pretty freaking amazing, and I wouldn't change it for a thing. But so yeah, that's what's up for me, and I'm so thrilled to be sharing with you all. And yeah, I'm really excited about collaborating. If anybody is interested in, we're going to be doing the sound healing stuff, but I can work from Zoom. We don't have to be there in person, so it's the beauty of the internet right now. And we're not at the moment doing, I'm not doing energy healing sessions because we don't have any of our stuff. It's all in the van and the bus, but we'll be back to that shortly. And yeah, so, but again, it's just as like a chill out period. We're just kind of working with the energies and working with what's happening and settling into it. So I'll be seeing what arises, basically. So I just wanted to put that out there. If many of y'all are dealing with that comparing, contrasting, and unworthiness issues and such, I know it's big for so many of us. So I know I'm in good company with all of this. So thank you so much for being here. Like, subscribe, all the things, comment below if you're working with any of this or have anything to share, or, reach out. You can connect with me via my website, on Instagram, Facebook. I'm there a little bit. Yeah, so, yeah, I look forward to hearing from you, and it's so nice to share with you, even if I don't hear from you. So thanks. Bye.